Welcome back. These wheels are not gonna work out. So we're in the process of fixing up this 1976 C10, and there's a lot good, and we're gonna go through and I'll cover everything that's pretty much good on the truck. But one thing that is not in great shape is the steel rally style wheels. They're rusted, real bad shape. So a good friend of mine on Marketplace, which is awesome. We all love Marketplace. If you don't, you need to. Anyways, he found a set of 15 by 8 rallies, 5 lug, which is exactly what I need for this truck. So we have about an hour drive to Lebanon, Tennessee. We're gonna go pick these suckers up, and they look really good. They come with tires and everything, a little bit bigger than these, which is the direction we want to go. So come along with me and let's see if we can find these tires and see if they're going to work out for us. I think they will. I stopped off at exit 65, this Nashville Speedway, just somewhere over there on the other side of the exit. So Bobby is the old timer that was selling these wheels. He had them on like a OBS style Chevrolet, and he sold the truck, so he didn't need them anymore. But I really liked them. We worked out a deal. Tires are in great shape. So I'm gonna turn you around and we'll take a look at these together. So I worked out a great deal with Bobby. I gave $500 for all of them. The tires are 2022, so they're a little old, but nothing too crazy for a truck like what we got going on here. They are 8 wide, so we're going to gain a little bit of width. They are 235/70 15s, which, coming over here and looking at the old ones, 225/75 15. So just a little bit better, and that's exactly what we're wanting. I actually got stuck in the old timer's yard. It's been wet recently. It's wintertime, obviously. Got in his backyard. He asked me to pull down in there so we didn't have to roll him out or carry him out, and I got stuck. So I let the old timer drive, and I pushed, but it worked out. And I really think these are going to look really good on this truck. It's going to give us a little bit, fill out these wheel wells a little bit more, much wider tires. You can see those are pretty skinny, pretty tucked in. So I'm excited to get them on. I think one of them, which one is it? This one. I don't know if it's got a hole in it or if they've just been sitting so long that all the air run out of them. Let's head to the house and get them mounted up. I might stop at O'Reilly's or somewhere on the way and pick up some lug nuts. The ones that are on here are in kind of bad shape. Probably need to get a little bit of gas too. We're getting down there a bit. I got the tires all done and they're mounted. Everything's good on that. However, which was really funny, I'm sitting in the lobby and one of the young men runs in. He goes, "Hey man, your truck's leaking fuel." And I said, "Okay." So he's like, "Well, come in here and look at it." So I go in there and pop the hood. And I was thinking maybe out of the fuel tank or something like that. Well, sure enough, it's the fuel pump. Fuel pump's leaking on the floor, and they're, freaking out and carrying on. And I said, "Yeah, that happens from time to time on an old truck." I said, "I'll grab one on the way home." They're like, "You're gonna drive it like that?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna drive it like that. Just a fuel pump, just a little bit of gas coming out." So I stopped over here at O'Reilly's. You can see in the background, got me just a El Cheapo fuel pump. I'll throw that on, but I'm gonna get to the house and then I'll show y'all how the truck looks with the new wheels and tires. Well, we're in the garage. So a few things had changed. When I was on exit 65, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to get home and we're going to put them on and everything else." And I was like, I've got one that's flat. I'm going to pass Discount Tire on the way home. So as you saw, I stopped at Discount Tire. I was like, I want to get new lug nuts. They'll fix the tire. They'll put them on for me. I know I was running out of daylight anyways, and I had borrowed, or I had let a friend of mine borrow my impact. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to do it by hand. So I went the easy way, and I let them do it. They patched the tire. All that was good. And then I got home. I run out of daylight. Well, today I was going to get the truck out, take some nice B-roll, get some nice views of the wheels and tires on the truck, and we got a winter storm, a Tennessee winter storm. So not a lot of snow, a little bit of ice, but I don't want to get the truck out in the weather, so we've got it in here. As you also saw, the fuel pump started leaking, so I picked up a new fuel pump. I'm going to get that popped in here after we wrap this up. I'm going to show you around, let you see the wheels and tires. They turned out really good. I went to get new lug nuts on and they forgot to put the lug nuts on for me. So I called them and they're like, "Yeah, just come back up here and get them." So that's something I'll have to do on my own. But I don't know if these have been repainted before. They may have. I got to clean them up a little bit, but they just look so much better than the old ones. I got a broke lug stud back here I've got to replace. Not a real big deal. They'll look a lot better once they're shined up, but I mean, there's no mistaking it. These rusty guys were just really, really not great. The caps are pretty beat up. These caps don't match perfectly, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. As you can see, that one's pretty bad. So, but all in all, they look really good. When it comes to GM products, you really can't go wrong with a good set of rallies. And that's what was originally on the truck. So in the breath of trying to keep the truck as factory and as original and as close to original as my wife's grandfather had it, the rallies is the way to go. And I really think this is a good complement to the truck's paint. It really just brings it all together. Instead of having a nice all original truck with good original paint and then having those rusty, crusty wheels on there, it just wasn't working out. So as you can see, it really, really turned out good. Once we get the chrome lug nuts on there, it's only going to complement it even more. So as far as plans go on the truck, it's a family heirloom at this point, but we're going to try to take it to as many shows as possible, including C10 Nationals. They're going to have one at the National Speedway. I think, actually, I can't quote it. I'll put it on the screen when the date is. So we're going to try to go there. And I'm always trying to figure out ways to integrate the Excelsior Henderson's motorcycles into it. So I think when we take these to a show, I'm going to throw one in the bed of the truck. That way I can show off those any way I can to get the brand recognition out there. I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. It helps me out. If you have anything you want to see, drop it in the comments and I'll make a video on it. That's all I've got for today. I appreciate you coming along and stay tuned and we'll check you on the next one.